For different circumstances, that season we have an unsettled group of players for different reasons and for different personal circumstances that we can find the way to be solid and to be consistency and be strong in the way that we need to create the dynamic to affront a very difficult season in Premier League of Champions League. I am going to be happy in 10 days when, after Arsenal, close the transfer window in Europe, and we are going to, on the end, to have the player involved until again that open the transfer market in January.
So Mauricio Pochettino, they're hoping that once the window closes in Europe, his problems might be over. Do you think that might be the case, or is there more going on behind the scenes?
I think he's got a problem. I think he's got an unsettled squad, and that's a big problem to have, especially big players. Eriksen's not happy, Vertonghen's not happy, and I don't feel like he addressed the fact that they needed another striker and they needed to replace Trippier. You sold Trippier, you needed to replace him. I don't think Kyle Walker-Peters is the answer yet. They brought in Sessegnon, he's injured. Danny Rose was at Watford training ground and didn't sign there. Now he's played every game at left back. So I think he's got a problem with the squad and with Eriksen especially, because he can still leave. And it's not a good make-up to have. You want to be settled now and you want to be playing well. You want to know your best 11. He's not playing his best 11 for me.
Eriksen's been on the bench twice. The game at the weekend, he was on the bench again. When he comes off the bench, we know he makes a difference. How do you fix this problem? Do you allow him to leave now? Do you cash in a little bit? Do you try and keep him and let him go for a free when his contract ends?
One, it depends how much the money is, how much it's going to be if he's sold now. But why he's still at the club and why he still plays for Tottenham and gets paid by Tottenham, you play him. Yeah. He's one of your top players. The two games he hasn't played against two teams that have come, sat 10 behind the ball, and made it very difficult to break down. He is the go-to man that can break people down. Lamela is all right, but he's someone who's going to go and beat 2 or 3 players. You can't beat 2 or 3 players when it's that tight, when you've got 10 players 35 yards from your goal. You need someone like Eriksen who can put a ball on a sixpence or put the ball through the eye of a needle. He needs to play Eriksen. He's getting it wrong. You know, I like Winks, but Winks is a dream for someone like Eriksen because he don't take a lot of touches. He gets the ball and he goes bang. But Sissoko's another one likes running with the ball. You know, there's teams to play when they come and close down should be playing. For me, I don't see Tottenham beating Arsenal on Sunday. I really don't. I think I've watched Tottenham all 3 games. They were fortunate to break down Villa in the end. In the end, they won 3-1, come out with because of good finishes, 3 good finishes. They got well turned over at Man City. Even though they got a draw, they got well turned over. There's ways of getting draws. Yeah. They got ripped, 30 shots. And then they played Newcastle and never really looked like scoring a goal.
If you watch Tottenham at the minute without Eriksen, without Dele Alli, I think Dele Alli's a big loss at the minute for them. Harry Kane's trying to do everything. He's dropping deep, he's trying to get on the ball. Basically, he's playing the number 10 role. And the problem is they haven't got the runners beyond. That guy there should be Eriksen, getting on the ball and making things happen. And that's his position. He gets it in them areas and he puts Harry Kane in. If Dele Alli plays there, Dele Alli makes the runs off the ball. Without Eriksen, I don't see how they're going to really break things down.
This is his touch map against Newcastle at the weekend. Only 3 in the area. Did that surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me at the minute because that says to me exactly what I'm saying. He's dropping deep to get on the ball. He's trying to make things happen. You want Harry Kane in the box. You know, it's all right picking the ball up in good areas and bringing other people into it, but they haven't got the runners beyond. He is the number 9. He's the one up there. You need him in the box scoring goals. And that's the problem they've got. He's dropping in and they're losing the creativity. They can't break teams down. They're not running beyond teams. It's really difficult for them right now.
Worrying signs in 2019 as well. Their stats and the number of games that they've won, the number of games that they've lost. If we did a table for 2019, this is how it would look. Tottenham at the bottom of the table there. What's going on? Sorry, 10th. Not quite at the bottom. It's a bit mean of me, isn't it?
It's funny, but they don't mess about in winning. They win games. There's not too many draws. They win, they lose. They've got to knock that down if they want to get in the top 4 next season. No, this season. let's not get away. They're a good team. They're a good team. He just needs to get it right at the moment, and you need Eriksen and with Dele Alli when Dele Alli's at his best, and Dele Alli, the Dele Alli that made him, you know, he run off the ball. You know, he had a season where he didn't. He thought, you know what, I'm going to get on the ball here. You know, I'm going to be the player. When he gets back to, and he did get back to it again, making runs off the ball, and he's one of the best about. Tottenham are a good team. Believe me, they're a good football team. He makes runs off, people have to drop off, then all of a sudden Eriksen's picking the ball up with space. You know, Kane can come short, great finisher. They're missing, even though they've got a good team, when you miss one or two players, you know, I think for me they're a good team still, but at the moment their confidence is shot as well. You know, I watched them the other day, they're 1-0 down. It's slow. It's like no one's got that burst. It's not bang, bang, bang. It's one touch, two touch, roll it there, roll it there. Nobody's having that confidence to make that mistake. They're all going, I'll give it to you, you make that mistake. You know, and they're struggling.